everyone, and welcome back to Sports Gem Media. Now, today we're doing something special. We're celebrating a true legend, a titan of track, who recently hung up her spikes after an absolutely phenomenal career. Our pocket rocket, we're talking about the one and only Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Born Shelly-Ann Fraser in the inner city community of Waterhouse, Kingston, Jamaica on December 27th, 1986. Shelly came from humble beginnings. She was raised by a street vendor mother, Maxine, alongside two brothers. Shelly was a natural, a gifted sprinter from a very young age. But even through high school, she wasn't too sure that track was the right path for her. Nonetheless, she competed in the boys and girls championships and even won bronze in the 100 meters at just 16 years old. In addition to this, she also won gold medals in the relays. But the path to greatness isn't always a straight line. In 2006, she enrolled at the University of Technology, where she met Stephen Francis, the head coach at MVP Track Club. Now, Francis had already guided sprint royalty like Asafa Powell. Shelly-Ann, though, she was a bit unfocused, oftentimes late, sometimes skipping workouts, fearing she'll get too muscular. Can you imagine the pocket rocket afraid of getting muscles? Her focus sharpened in 2007. She made the National Senior Championships team, ran a personal best, and even earned a silver with the 4x100-meter relay team at the Osaka World Championships. That experience, despite her anxiety, flipped a switch. It raised her confidence, and she'd need every ounce of it for what came next. It's the year 2008, Beijing. No one saw this coming. At the Jamaican Olympic trials, a young Shelly-Ann Fraser shocked everyone, finishing second and breaking 11 seconds for the first time with a blazing 10.85 seconds. But here's a twist. Jamaican superstar Veronica Campbell-Brown finished fourth and didn't make the team. Now, there were some fans who thought Shelly-Ann, the unknown newcomer, should be replaced. However, the JAAA stood firm. Shelly-Ann later said, "I went in just wanting to do well, so there was no pressure, and nobody expected anything from me." And do well she did. In the Olympic 100-meter final, she faced off against top Americans. But from the gun, Shelly-Ann was gone. She led a historic Jamaican sweep, winning gold in an astonishing 10.78 seconds. She wasn't just fast, but she was the first Caribbean woman to win a 100-meter Olympic gold. That race became the second fastest in Olympic history at the time. A star was born. The question then became, was it a fluke? Well, Shelly-Ann answered that definitively in 2009 at the Berlin World Championships. Now, despite an early season appendix surgery, she claimed her first national 100 meters title. Then, at the Worlds, with one of the most sensational starts ever seen, she powered to her first world title in 10.73 seconds, shaving a hundredth of a second off Merlin Otti's national record. She joined Gail Devers as only the second woman in history to hold both the Olympic and World 100-meter titles at the same time. Now, when reporters asked if she saw herself as the favorite, Shelly-Ann smiled and said, "That's something I never do. The board is blank at the start. Everybody else wants it too." The next few years saw intense rivalries, especially with the US and sprinter Carmelita Jeter, who was considered one of her toughest opponents. But Shelly-Ann her to sweep the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relays at a single world championship. An incredible triple gold, mirroring Usain Bolt's achievement on the men's sides. Later that year, she was rightfully named the IAAF World Athlete of the Year. This was also the year she became the first woman to hold all four sprint world titles simultaneously: 60 meters, 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters. Simply astonishing. In Beijing 2015, Shelly-Ann became the second woman to defend a world 100-meter title and the first woman to win the title 3 times. Her personal life also blossomed. In 2011, she married Jason Price. In 2012, she graduated from the University of Technology with a degree in child and adolescent development. She's a committed Christian and a staunch advocate for others. In 2010, she was named UNICEF National Goodwill Ambassador for Jamaica. She also founded the Pocket Rocket Foundation to support high school athletes in need. She even launched her own hair salon, Chic Hair JA, because, well, Shelly-Ann is known for her amazing hairstyles. Then came a defining moment in her journey. In early 2017, Shelly-Ann shared joyful news. She was expecting her first child. It meant stepping away from the track and not defending her world championship title, but she embraced this new chapter with pride and anticipation. As fate would have it, she went into labor while watching the 100-meter final, giving birth to her son Zion through an emergency C-section. Now, naturally, many wondered if this would mark the end of her sprinting career. But Shelly-Ann had other plans. Determined to return, she began training just 11 weeks after giving birth, still healing, still in pain, but driven by purpose. "I wondered whether my body would allow me to put the level of work in," she admitted. But she pushed forward. In May 2018, the world met a new version of her, the Mommy Rocket. Balancing training and motherhood, even breastfeeding through the first 15 months of her comeback, she found fresh strength. By July, she was back under 11 seconds, winning the London Grand Prix. Her story of resilience and rebirth had already begun to inspire the world. At the 2019 Doha World Championships, she exploded from the blocks, powering to her fourth world title in the 100 meters with a world-leading 10.71 seconds. She was 32, a mother, and once again at the top of the world. She proudly brought her 2-year-old son Zion onto the track for her victory lap, calling it a victory for motherhood. She became the oldest woman and first mother in 24 years to claim a global 100-meter title. This truly solidified her as a trailblazer. In 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, she made a big move, changing coaches. She opened her 2021 season with fierce determination. On June 5th, 2021, she ran a new personal best, a new Jamaican record, and a new world lead of 10.63 seconds, becoming the fastest woman alive at the time. This was over 33 years since Florence Griffith's Joyner's world record. At the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, held in 2021, Shelly-Ann was part of a historic Jamaican sweep in the women's 100 meters. She claimed the silver medal, then anchored the 4x100-meter relay team to gold and a new national record. That silver marked her fourth consecutive Olympic medal in the 100 meters, making her the most decorated athlete ever in that event. And she wasn't done yet. Later that season, she ran a breathtaking 10.60 seconds, her fastest time ever, ranking her as the third fastest woman in history. Amazingly, Shelly-Ann said she still believed her best race was yet to come. Then came 2022. At 35, many of her peers had retired, but Shelly-Ann was still breaking records. She won her fifth 100-meter world title at the World Athletics Championships, running 10.67 seconds, her quickest 100-meter in a global final. This made her the oldest ever world champion in any individual track event. The entire season was a masterclass in consistency, recording the 8th fastest times of the year, including an astonishing 7 sub 1070-second clock-ins, something no other woman had ever done more than 4 times in their career. Injuries started to impact her in 2023. After a knee injury, she bravely returned for the World Championships, earning a bronze in the 100 meters. She even battled through a hamstring injury in the 4x100 meters relay to help Jamaica win silver. In 2024, at the Paris Olympics, her 5th Games, she secured a spot for the 100 meters, but an injury during warm-ups forced her to withdraw from the semifinal. This was her final Olympics. Her final global championship race came in 2025 at the Tokyo World Championships. She made the 100-meter finals, placing 6th, and then won a silver medal in the 4x100-meter relay, a fitting way to end her global championship journey. Her consistency is legendary. Out of 10 Olympic, or World 100-meter titles contested between 2008 and 2022, she won 7 golds, a silver, and a bronze. She only missed the global podium once. Her coach, Stephen Francis, once said she had mastered the trick of staying good. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce leaves behind an incredible legacy. She's run the most sub-10 70s, sub-10 80s, sub-10 90s, and sub-11s times in history. She holds more global sprint titles than any other female sprinter. She's been showered with awards, the Order of Distinction, later upgraded to the Order of Jamaica, a statue at the National Stadium, and even an early childhood institution renamed in her honor. She's a multiple-time JAAA Golden Cleats and Jamaican Sportswoman of the Year winner, and of course the 2023 Laureus World Sports Award for Sportswoman of the Year. Her determination and triumphs, especially as a mother, made her the new face of athletics. As she once said, "I don't pay much attention to where I fall in history. When I decide to leave the sport, I want to leave it better than I saw it." Well, Shelly-Ann, you certainly did. You left the spot and the world better than you found it. You inspired countless women and athletes to believe in their promise to work hard, stay humble, and remember that the sky is the limit. Thank you, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, for an unforgettable career. You are, without a doubt, the greatest female sprinter of all time. Well, that's all for our tribute on Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce on Sports Jam Media. If you love celebrating this legend, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and tell us in the comments what your favorite Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce moments were. Thanks again.